We have seen the installation of these following things, npm and all. In the Bodhi Linux, we can install all the things like whenever you're installing globally, you may install like this sudo npm install. For example, you want to install the Ethereum test RPC. So for this, the command is like this: Ethereum JS -test RPC -g. Okay. If you want to install Web3, then you may install like this Web3 -g. So here install Web3 -g. So whenever you are installing the globally, better you use sudo command. So otherwise it will give you error sometimes that this user is unable to install this npm like that package. So that is the reason it is always better to install this. So it will take some time to install. The same thing you can also install on the Windows environment also. So for example, you can look at it is giving you error that after downloading the packages, it is giving you error. It is unable to install. The reason is you might have not used the sudo command in case of Linux operating system. So it is always recommended whenever you install globally, sudo npm install. Now again the data will be fetched and will be installed in a successful way. The reason is it has the provision to access the root. You can open cmd in the command run as administrator. Okay, and then you try to install the node and npm software. So then it will be then you will get this particular npm packages will be installed, because sudo in Linux is like administrative privileges. In the same way, when you are trying to install these kind of things in the command prompt of Windows, better you log in with better you open the command prompt with the administrative privileges. Just like that, cmd, if you press cmd, then right click, run as administrator. Okay, anyhow, we have installed the Web3 here. So now the Web3 JS was successfully installed. Previously we got errors, but now because of the sudo command administrative privileges, we have installed. cd eth pro. Now this folder is empty now. Now I am trying to install locally, for example. Okay. npm install web3. I'm not installing globally, I'm installing locally. npm install web3. So I hope this kind of thing you may be getting. This is quite common if you try to install. So here added 367 packages and altered 318 packages. So whenever this is installed, like if you look at the current folder, previously the folder is empty. Now here we will find node_modules and package lock.json and package.json. This is the file folder that you. So that means whatever the package we installed, Web3, that was installed in the local folder, that is this folder. So the node prompt started. Since we have installed Web3, we can get the Web3 as where Web3 is equal to require of Web3. So you got the undefined as the thing. That means you are going to load this in the Web3 instance. Now where Web3 object is equal to new web3 of you can write the test RPC command prompt here, test RPC URL here. So anyhow, I don't have this test RPC running, so we'll run this test RPC. Test RPC. So whenever this test RPC is run, you will find the available accounts. So this is the test accounts will be generated by the test RPC, and here it is listening on the port localhost 8545. So now we need to connect to this 8545 port and we need to access this web3 packages. So http://localhost:8545. Now this means that the statement has executed successfully, but nothing to print on the console. Now if I say web3, you look at whenever I'm typing, automatically it is showing the JSON format of the web3 object, in which you will find the web3 packages, functions, etc. So if I say web3, so this is the JSON format of functions, and this one. These are on the console. This we can go to this web3 here. In this web3.js, these are the modules you will find. This is the API reference. We can go to the API reference here, web3, web3.modules, web3 instance, etc. So you can go to web3. Now, as we have used on the console that const, when you are writing in the script, you can use it as a variable where web3 is equal to require of web3. So the same thing you can also do in the Bodhi Linux also. Like anyhow, we have installed the web3 package globally. Just to run the npm, not npm, test RPC. So here the temporary accounts, 10 accounts were created and their private keys were also provided. And it is also listening to 8545 port number. Now open another command prompt. There, just to minimize the test RPC command prompt because it is running in the background. Now open the another command prompt and just type node. Okay, const web3 is equal to require of web3. So it is giving you error. What is the meaning of this? It was installed globally, so it is unable to locate where the files are. So that is the reason it is always recommended, if you try to do, it is better to create a folder and do it locally. So to show this example, I have shown this command. For this, the best thing is mkdir test eth cd test eth, and here you can use npm install web3. So this web3 will be installed in the current folder, and it can be run from the current folder whenever you run the node command. So in the meanwhile, let's move on to the Windows platform, and here it is listening to 8545 and it is showing here. Now let will try to exercise these things, web3.modules. So it will return all the modules that are available in web3. web3.modules. So it will show you all the modules like personal module, SSH module, net module, like that. In the documentation also it was provided that SSH module, personal module, net module, ETH module, the same modules were shown here. these are the modules. Now you can also get the Web3 instance like this. Once with this Web3 instance, you can fetch the instances like modules like ETH, SSH, like that. So for this, first of all, we need to connect to a provider. So who is the provider now? On the local machine, the provider is localhost :8545. Now we can use this provider function. So where Web3 is equal to new Web3 of Web3.givenProvider, or we can also use the provider localhost 8545, which is running on the current system. So anyhow, the provider has been used here. Now Web3. So anyhow, Web3 instance has been created. So Web3.eth.getAccounts, if I say, so it is giving you promise of pending. Promise is a technique in JavaScript. It will give you two things. If the object is created and via module, if you got the result, then the promise will give you two things. That is, what if the function was failed to execute? What if the function is successful to execute? That means if the object is created and you got the result, what to be printed? And if object is not created and if something was failed, what to be printed? Two things will be given by this promise. So whenever I requested for get accounts, we'll see on the test RPC, have you observed any change here? Here you will find ETH_accounts. Previously this is not there. Now we have got this because we have requested for accounts. Now again you run it, you will find another entry here. That means this ETH accounts is requesting the test RPC to get accounts details. So whenever it is requested, it is sending the account request details to the console. But anyhow, onto the console we cannot print it directly, provided we need to use the promise derivation. The promise derivation will be done like this: Web3.eth.getAccounts. Now if the function is successful, then we need to write a variable like this, then console.log of E of 0, because these accounts are of array type. So we need to get the first account detail. Console.log of 0, then this flower bracket close, then normal bracket close. So then open bracket close. If it is successful, this is the standard syntax. Okay, this is a standard syntax. Bracket open, console.log of E of 0 and print it. Now the first account will be printed. So this is the first account, 0x19f2. This is the first account. We'll see whether it is the first account. 0x19f2d03f53. This is the first account. Like that, if you want the second account, then E of 1, third account E of 2. Like that, we will fetch it and will print onto the console. Now, is it always required to type everything on the console and to take test? No, not like that. You may write a JavaScript file where all these statements can be written, and you can run entire script file at once using node command. Like for example, notepad test.js. Now here where web3 is equal to require of web3. Now web3 is equal to new web3 of http:// localhost 8545 web3 dot get here where addr now web3 dot eth dot get accounts dot then e is equal to like this. Now here we know that for where I is equal to where, or we can say not for, just we print addr is equal to e of 0 console dot log of addr semicolon. Now just to save this and close this, node test.js. So it is printing the address of the first account. So that means either you can type node and you can type the command by command or statement by statement and you can see the output, or you may also write a complete program in one file, JavaScript file, and can run it in once just by typing node space filename.js. I hope by this time you come to know how to work with this JavaScript, this Web3.js. We'll see some more examples. Same thing you will do it here. That is const web3 is equal to require of web3. This is the standard practice okay, you are supposed to do. Then where web3, whenever you say const, that cannot be changed. It's a fixed object you are going to create like that. Web3 of HTTP. These are the standard way of including the web3 in our program, like how you use hash include and how you use this import statements in Java programming. Like that, this is the standard way. Now we'll go through the documentation and we can see what are the different ways we can include it. So you can see web3.version. We'll check web3.version. So what is the version? 1.6.1 is the version. Like that, once instantiation is over, just to go through this just to go through the documentation and type each and every function there. So web3.utils. So you look at one day, one of you have asked what are the various denominations of Ethereum. So no ether, y, ky, ky, this is capital K, okay, baggage, okay, my, capital My. So like that, different denominations are there. So these are the different denominations available. In Remix ID you will find 4 denominations and here are the unit maps. So many denominations you will find. Depending upon the situation you can use it. And in this utils you will be finding converting from the way to other formats, okay, to way, from way, okay, left pad, right pad, okay, these kind of things. And also hex to bytes. These are the utility packages. Okay, SHA3 function calculation, SHA3 raw, KE, ECC AC, ECC AC AK 256 function for the cryptographic hash function, So like that solidity SHA3, like that, whatever the general cryptographic functions we use, utilities, all these things you can find here along with the unit price, unit values of Ethereum, etc. So the same is the case in the case of Linux operating system also. Anyhow, by this time you come to know these things. Then we'll see, I have provided you the project one, program 1, program 2, program 3, like that. Now in program 2, let will copy this. Since we have installed locally, will copy this and we'll port it to the, we'll take it to the folder. So here Ethereum folder, in which I have this particular index.html file. We'll open this index.html file and we'll inspect this. Actually, this program was developed almost 2 years back. So now the Web3.js, at the time Web3.js 0.19 is going on. So you may change it. Now you may change it to 1.6.1 since we have installed 1.6.1. And you may also say 1.6.1. Here no need of save. Save means that will be saved under the current folder. Without saving also it will be automatically in the same folder. So next is, this is the HTML file. So first HTML will start with head. Here we have written include web3.main.js to access web3 module from HTML. So here either you may directly use this web3 from the internet, because you may use it from the internet, or you may use it from the current folder. So where is the current folder? Because I have placed this index.html file in the current folder, ETH Pro. So in which node modules? So node modules, under this node modules, web3 distribution. So in this web3 distribution, and in distribution here web3.min.js. This I am referring in my program. Okay. If you have the idea of where globally the web3 is installed, you can give that path. Since we'll be having the full control over our own folder, we can mention like this. I hope by this time how to include this web3.js file in the JavaScript folder, in the HTML file. I think you might have understood this. So script src is equal to this one and script close. Now head means which will always load first. Next body tag. In body tag I have written test local RPC test web3. This is 1.6.1 example. Now table, here in this table I have placed the network URL as the text and input URL type text value. This is the HTML. By default I have given the http://localhost:8545 since test RPC is running here. You can also give any other URL provided by your private blockchain network or any other thing. As we have seen in the Web3.js, you can also configure the site like Infura. From Infura also you can create one private network and you may provide Infura's path. This is the Infura's path, for example. This is the key. Actually, a key will be generated whenever you create in the Infura. You can just to sign up to the Infura, verify your email, create project, give the project name, and copy the key of your project like this, and use this particular URL in the Web3 creation. Web3 is equal to new Web3 of this one. That means you are going to run your project online so that anyone can access this with this URL. where here test RPC is local. This is with respect to your computer, but you can use Infura for achieving this, that is accessing the network over internet. So the same URL has to be placed here and can run here. So there is no much discussion is required for the Infura. Just to go through the Infura website and create your account and create an email and create the project like this. There is an option called create project as a menu, and once you log in, you will be having the menu like create project, then give the project name. Then after project creation, you will be getting a key like this, a URL will be there. The same URL you can use in your program. So here currently, since I am using the local RPC, I am using this local RPC. Now input ID connect, type is equal to button, value is equal to connect, on click, that means whenever you click the connect button, so if you can see this particular index.html, then we'll be getting some idea of this. So I have written like this. Anyhow, I have not saved here, just I will save it. Yeah, local test RPC, local RPC test web3 @1.6.1 example. Now network URL, this is the network. You can place the Infura link here and say connect. Okay, like that you can do it. So this is the option. So that is the reason this particular input and button, for this button on click, a connect function has been called. So pre-id is equal to connect status. So some connect status will be shown here because I want to give the message whether it is connected or not. So for this I have placed this ID. Now accounts. So if you look at, so here is the accounts, and whenever this is connected, automatically the accounts from the test RPC or the network URL will be fetched and this particular drop down box will be populated. That is what the simple program here. So which will give you an understanding of how this program web application is interacting with the test RPC and getting the information. For that purpose, this first program has been written like this. Now we'll go to this thing. Now whenever on click, we'll go for connection. So this has to be written in the JavaScript. Script type is equal to text or slash JavaScript. Now here where web3 is equal to null. Currently we have initialized it to null. Function connect. So where this connect will happen, whenever you submit or whenever you press the connect button. So this connect function will be called. Now where URL is equal to document.getElementById by ID URL dot node value. This URL value will be obtained in the URL variable. Where account numbers is equal to document.getElementId by account numbers, because whenever this is connected, the accounts should be populated in the drop down box. So I'm going to get the ID of the account numbers drop down box. So these two are required for us. So we are going to fetch this. Now web3 is equal to get connection of URL. So anyhow, I have provided the URL that I have fetched from the HTML page through to the JavaScript, that URL provided. If web3 is not equal to null, okay, web3 is not equal to null, console.log connection successful and alert of connection successful. So before this, first we are going for the get connection. Web3 is equal to get connection of URL. So what is this get connection? Here get connection function separately written. Here new web3 of new web3 dot providers dot HTTP provider of URL. So this is the thing we have made. We can also directly make this URL. Simply you can mention URL. The reason is we have seen in the command prompt also where web3 is equal to new web3 of the localhost URL. The same concept here also. Return new web3 URL. Because this program previously was written in Web3 at the rate 0.19.0. There the packages will be like this. Now whenever you use this 1.6.1, this is the way of writing the thing. So that is the reason you must be very cautious which version of Web3 you are using. Based on that, you need to change the program. Now we'll save this, and we'll try to connect it using this one. Connect. So connection is successful. It is giving you a message that connection is successful. Do the accounts were populated? No. The reason is there is a problem with the function of account population. So I want to know where the problem occurred. So for this, what you can do is you can go to this 3 dots here, click here, go to more tools, and go to the developer tools. Click on developer tools. Whenever the developer tools were clicked, you will find here the elements. Okay, the program, and here head, body, and these details. Now just will refresh it and connect and click here. You will find here connection successful. This is the console. Whatever we have written on the command prompt, whatever the statement we have written and whatever the output we got, same output you will find here also. Okay, so this is here connection successful was we got. Now, but the accounts are not populated. We'll see why the accounts were not populated. We'll inspect the code again. Once the Web3 is successful, it is giving you the console.log. That means connection successful. On the browser console, we got this message, connection successful. Next, alert of connection successful. An alert box also we got. So an alert box also we got connection successful. Next, populate accounts of account underscore numbers and web3.eth.accounts. See, web3.eth.accounts directly will be an array in case of 0.19.0. But in case of 1.6.1, it is using a method called promise method. So that is the reason we cannot directly use this here. For this, what we can do is just we'll remove this here, and we'll try to make the changes in the Web3 in the populate accounts function. We'll go to the populate account function. Since we have removed the array, only select it will be there. What is select here? Account underscore numbers. What is this account underscore numbers? These account numbers underscore numbers are the drop down box ID. So that has been given to the selector. Now select dot options of 0, new options of select accounts. So the reason whenever I have clicked connect, select account is the function, is the drop down box was populated. But if I click this, new accounts, that is the accounts which are there in the test RPC are not populating in the drop down box. That means there is a problem here. So now what I can do is I will change this to the thing what we have written on the command prompt, web3.eth.get accounts. Since it is the promise function, dot then some variable. This is the syntax. Okay, bracket open. Now for where I is equal to 0, I less than e dot length. Whatever the array you got, that will be there in the object e. E dot length colon I plus plus. Select dot options of I plus plus 1 is equal to new options of instead of array we have to use e of I comma I. Now our for loop is over. Now we need to go for this one. So here, to test whether this is correctly functioning or not, what I will do is, just before this statement, I will write a statement called console.log of E of I. Console.log of E of I. Now save this. So each and every account which was there in the array, that will be dynamically given to the drop down box. And finally, once this entire array was printed, all the elements in this array will be given to the drop down box, and the entire drop down box will be populated. Now let will move on to this refresh. And here we got an error, uncaught syntax error, missing closing bracket after argument list in the index.html 72 line. So missing bracket close. So where is bracket close is missing? Here in the 72 line. So this is 71 and this is 72. So that means this then bracket open should be closed here. Okay, bracket open and bracket close. This is the for bracket open and for bracket close, and we'll see this is E bracket open and close. I feel now there is no problem with this thing, and this is the function close. Now refresh. So we didn't get any error. That means our program is correct at present. Now we'll go for connect. So connection successful. Okay. Now we got an error here. Uncaught type error. web3.eth.get account is not a function. So again we have done some mistake here. What is that? It is not get account, it is get accounts. Now again refresh. So currently there is no compilation error. Connect. Connection successful. Now uncaught provider is not set or invalid. So provider is not set or invalid. That means localhost 8545, whether this connection provider is available or not. We'll see. http://localhost 8545 is there. So one thing you do is we'll go for HTTP provider, same program that we have used previously. We don't need to change this thing. We'll do the same thing here. New web3.html HTTP provider. Will use the same concept, and we'll see whether we can be in a position to do this, because there are some significant changes in the API functions, so we cannot take advantage. Let refresh. So here unexpected bracket close and uncaught exception. Connection is not defined. 13. So what is the problem here? Here unexpected token in 63. This is unexpected token in 63. Bracket open bracket. This is the new. Okay, return ka. This is open for this, and web3 open. This is connection successful. Now the accounts have been populated. Okay, if you click here, the accounts were there in the drop down box. Same accounts were also printed on the console. So to not to have this headache, better don't use the notepad, use the code, Visual Studio Code. So simply say code dot. So these are the folders you will find here. You can open this and directly it will give you the opening and closing brackets and various details. So it will be easy for you to it will be very easy for you to work with the program. So I hope by this time you come to know how to connect with the local network, that is test RPC, and how to get the accounts from the test RPC and populate onto the web screen.